Let's take a look at Saturday at Saratoga, Saturday, July the 29th over at Saratoga. We're going to take a look at races 6, 8, 9, and 10. There are a couple stakes races on the card as we navigate our way through the Saturday card. Remember, you can get past performances for free with DRF Bets. All you have to do is go sign up for a DRF Bets account, use the promo code WINNING. They'll give you $10 right away for a free registration deposit. Then when you deposit $250, they will give you a matching bonus all the way up to $250. Plus, they'll give you 10 formulator cards to start. And then every time you bet another $50, boom, credit for a racing form card for one track. You won't have to pay for past performances anymore with DRF Bets. Let's talk about Friday, see where we can make some money on the Friday card. Races 6, 9, and 10 are the places I'm going to look the most. And the 6th race is a mile and a 16th on the turf course. It is a maiden special weight race. And I'm going to look at the number 12 in here to the outside. I thought the 12 raced pretty well last time out, North End Lady. You can take a look at her race, actually, on June the 17th. So she's the number 6 in the race that we are about to watch. Now, remember, this is her second start overall. This is her first start on the turf. And North End Lady, number 6, step slow. And right after the break, you could see she gets sort of bumped around. And so not the best of beginnings for her, but she is able to settle into an okay spot. She kind of moves up here into 4th. She's about 6 lengths off or so as the Splendid One just runs off. She's in the 2 path. And she ends up backing up a little more even. She stays in that 4th position, but she's back to about 8 to 9 lengths off or so. And I like how she kind of looms up 3 wide within a length before fading. And we're going to see her. I thought she looked done and just keeps trying in this race. And that's what I like from a horse who was making their first start on the turf. It was their first start going long. She's now going to add the blinkers. And in watching this race, to me, she feels like someone who the blinkers will really help give her a little bit more focus because she runs in spots here. Now she's in the 2 path and she's going to start to loom up on the outside, kind of right into contention. Photon is the 7 who's moving up, traveling really well. And North End Lady isn't traveling as well as Photon, but right here, she's within striking range, and then she's kind of all in. I thought the 6 was done and was going to back up. But watch how she just kind of keeps trying in between horses. And she still battles. I thought there's some fight here. And I like with the blinkers coming on, can that just help her focus a little bit more. Like the 2 ran right by her, but she battles back and comes on almost back for 3rd. Now adding the blinkers, 2nd time on the turf. Let's take a look at North End Lady. She is the number 12. She's a nice price on the morning line of 12 to 1. If we can get anything in like the 6+ range, I actually think that would be okay value on her. I'm looking for like 8 to 1 plus on North End Lady. So following that, the Vanderbilt, the Alfred G. Vanderbilt, is going to go as race number 8 at Saratoga. And somehow we will flip to race number 8, grade 1 event on Saturday. $350,000 up for grabs. This is just a race I want to take a quick look at because I'm not going to bet this race. I just don't know where you can find value on paper. It's really just a 2-horse race. You have Elite Power, who's 4 to 5, and you have Gunite, who's 8 to 5. And I don't know how to play this race. I'm just going to steer clear of it. It starts the late pick 5. I would pick one of those 2 and single or go against. I'm not going to use the 2 of them. And I don't really have a strong opinion one way or the other. I always like making mention of the stakes races, but this isn't one that I'm going to be betting a whole lot. Because like right next door in the 9th race, I can find a 12 to 1 shot that I like in the number 2, Bolvi, who is a 3-year-old filly who did some running in France, comes over to the U.S., tries a stakes race at Turfway, was only 7 to 2 that day, so got bet, just didn't fire on the synthetic. Following that, though, went to the turf at Churchill, ran a really good third, was inside, was about 5 lengths off, sixth, seventh position, had just nowhere to go in the third flight. Moved in between, looking for room, and went down to the inside, ended up a really good third. A little freshening for this one. Also thought the 8 candle would be worth using. Visually, she's not all that impressive, but I do think the extra real estate might help her, even though she's been a little bit better going shorter. I do think this may ultimately be a little bit better for her. Third start off the bench, I'd give her a look. But the 2 is the play for me. Anything around 8-1, I'm going to bet Bolvie, who is 12 on the morning line. And then in the Jim Dandy, not the biggest field in the world, we have Disarm, Forte, Hit Show, Saudi Crown, Angel of Empire. Honestly, any one of these horses could win the race. And I'm actually going to go to the longest shot in the field with Hit Show. I thought he just had a tough trip. He was kind of hard-ridden a lot in the Belmont. He was in between horses. He was 4 wide going into the turn. Then he was up to third. When Arcangelo was moving well, he looked like he was all in, but he really did dig in and fight. And now he cuts back. I think he could be sitting second behind Saudi Crown and maybe fall into a really good spot. Saya's aboard, maybe get a little aggressive ride out of him. Put him in the second spot right behind Saudi Crown. What's Forte going to do with the blinkers? Is he going to be a lot more aggressive, or is it just going to help him with focus? I think the blinkers will help him. But to me, Hit Show is a value in here. Saudi Crown could take this field gate to wire. Nobody else is naturally as fast as him. So look at Saturday at Saratoga, July the 29th. Jim Dandy, the prep for the Travers. And all of these runners in the Jim Dandy are very live. We could see them all come back in the Travers. It wouldn't be a shock to see any one of them win this thing on Saturday. Head to DRF Bets to make all of your wagers. You can get those free past performances also. The formulator style are the ones that we've been looking at. Good luck on Saturday. Jim